Podcasting from Northwest Pennsylvania. You're listening to the GenXtra Podcast, a show about Generation X, movies, technology, weird news, and anything else they feel like. Join them every Monday morning. Now, here's your hosts, Dave and Joe.
All right, welcome back to another episode. Oh, Breeze. Oh, God, there you are. Yes.
Oh, here I am. I'm stealthy. I just snuck up behind you. Said hi.
You guys spooked me out a little bit. Yeah, but no, welcome back to the show, everybody. If you are a longtime listener and you are now enjoying our weekly podcast once again, welcome back. If you're new to the show, thanks for checking us out. Maybe leave us a comment on something. I don't know if there is places to leave comments, but I don't know. Maybe just
we're working on that. I think we should work on that.
Yeah,
got to get some listener involvement here. Yeah, good to be back and happy Monday if you're listening to it on a Monday, and if you're not, happy whatever day that is.
Yeah. Actually, speaking of listener involvement, Joe, I called you Joe. Breeze, if
it's allowed. I go by both.
Yeah, I know. We've actually been talking about possibly doing a live show, meaning not like at a venue, but live broadcasted show at some point in the future. We want to get, several episodes under your belt before you took on such a, endeavor. But yeah, I think that would be a ton of fun. So kind of stay posted for that when we have more information. I think that would be tons of fun because we can open it up for, online chat so we can see stuff live, depending on the subject.
More of an interactive experience. I like that idea.
Yeah. Well, we're thinking kind of start it out with like a monthly live, so once a month we do that. If you didn't know what monthly meant, like I had to explain that.
And now vocab with Dave.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah. So yeah, look forward to that. Anyway, Breeze, how's your week been going, man?
It's going well so far. It's going well. We're more of the same old stuff in the personal life, but it's always fun, and it's always good to be back here behind the microphone for the second time. I say this like I've been doing it for a long time, but
hey, dude, even the second time, and it feels good to be back.
Second show, there we go.
So how's your Taekwondo stuff going?
It's going really well, actually. So we've got a test coming up. I'm not testing, but as a black belt, I actually help facilitate the tests. So
you're a black belt.
I am a second degree black belt in international Taekwondo. Yeah.
Nah, from now on, we come over to Cleveland, I am definitely just gonna have you walk around me. So in case we get into a heated argument somewhere.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, are you allowed to just throw a beat down on somebody? Like if you have to? Obviously self defense.
It has to be self-defense. No, yes.
Yeah, you can't just initiate it, like I'm going to Taekwondo you so bad right now.
I will.
Yeah.
I'll show them my card. I actually do have like a little, almost like a driver's license laminated style. Like
I am trained
card
to beat you.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. Is that something you would actually have to do? Like if somebody was like Breeze, like I hate you from high school, like some old beef came up and you're like, hang on 1 second, and you pull out your wallet and you pull out your card. You have to show somebody that like in advance.
No, you don't. No, it's a card. It's more of just a sense of accomplishment they give you.
Oh, okay. So it's not
no. It's not like a license to carry. It's not like a concealed carry permit. Like that.
I was wondering.
It's like what if I walk with my hands in my pockets? It's a concealed weapon. No, it's not. That's not how it works. No, it's just a little. It's kind of funny because that is the joke, right?
Right.
It's like you're licensed. No, it's just a sense of accomplishment.
Yeah.
Honestly,
License to kill. Yeah.
License to breeze. No, it's just fun.
Yeah, well, that's cool though, man. Yeah, what's involved in like when you did your black belt certification, like first or second degree, what were some of the things you had to do that made that qualified you to be a black belt?
First, you have to run 2 miles in under 20 minutes. So there's an aerobic component to that. And we have to do that at the school track. We ran, and I got my time 19 and a half minutes.
So that's pretty good though. So they want to make sure that you first and foremost are able to run away from conflict.
I never thought of it that way, but I'm totally bringing that up at the run tomorrow. I'm going to talk to my master instructor and be like, so My friend has a theory.
It's not just straight up cardio. There's a reason behind it.
Nobody has ever brought that up before. I am totally bringing that up at the.
I mean, it
the
makes
test.
sense, right?
Yeah. No, it's the aerobic, it's the running. That's perfect though. Yeah, run away, right? Run away from conflict first, and then just demonstration of like basic techniques. Can you do the moves? There's something called patterns or forms where you do a sequence of moves in a fixed order, and I currently learn. I know 15 of those, and so they quiz
jump, spin, kick, leg sweep.
There's some jump techniques in there. That's pretty cool. Then there's the combat. So you have to do free fighting for, I think it's 6 minutes total, which does not sound.
That sounds exhausting.
Oh, okay. So that does. I look at us. Minutes. What's 6 minutes, right? And we sit here and do the show, but 6 minutes of straight fighting.
I would think that
it's exhausting
because you are on like high alert, like tension. It's not just standing there and throwing a ball up and down for 6 minutes. Like that's got to be like mentally and physically. Like
you're moving around, you're dodging, you're trying to get score points, you're trying to hit your opponent. That's exhausting. And then the last piece of it is board breaking, which is the cool stuff to watch. And break boards. Yeah. So as we do, once you get up the higher ranks, you do 3 boards at a time. So with a kick, not with your hand.
Okay.
I mean,
are they like solid oak boards? Or are they?
I think they're. I actually don't know what they're made of. Probably pine. And they don't smell piney.
Maybe like a pop or something lighter. Maybe to break a little bit easier. I doubt you're busting hardwoods. Like that's got to be challenging. That'd be hard.
It's not particle board. I'll tell you that much.
Right,
so at least it's not particulate. But some places will do that because it's just easy. Yeah, you know what? I actually don't know. I'm going to look into what the boards are. I literally have one right next to me. I couldn't even tell you. I'm not a woodworker.
Yeah, just like next time you go in, be like my friend has 2 questions. One about the running. 2, what kind of wood do you guys use?
Next show we'll come back. Yeah, so you just hold but the hardest part for me now is because I'm assisting a test and I'm an assistant instructor is holding the boards, right? You got to hold a board out there for someone else to break it.
Oh, you were just getting kicked in the hand?
Oh my gosh. So I have work gloves now because the last time I did this, I ended up slicing my finger because somebody kicked my finger across the board, basically across the end of the board. And it was really, really bad. So I'm like, nope. I now have these work gloves and they've got padded like knuckles in the front, like moving gloves basically. So I'm wearing those to this next one because I am just done getting beaten up. It's the most injuries I get from practicing Taekwondo.
You would think they would it's some 120 grit and just kind of just round those corners off a little bit. But I'm sure there's so many boards would be annoying to do that to every piece.
Oh yeah, though it's a stack. There's a stack of boards that's like taller than you.
Oh.
That because we go through, I mean, we test dozens and dozens of people, and each person usually breaks 2 or 3 boards. So we go through a lot of boards at a test.
Yeah. Do you think a regular Joe Schmo could just, if you were holding 3 boards for me, do you think I could punch through them?
No, we don't hand technique 3 boards. That's a bad idea. That's a good way.
What about 1?
1? Yes, you could.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Kick, probably not. I haven't thrown a kick since I was like 15.
If you can punch through a board, you can kick through a board.
Okay.
Kick through 3 boards, maybe. That takes some practice because that's where the accuracy matters. 1 board will break. That's really why it's not the challenge of going through 3 boards. It's not the depth that's the challenge. The challenge is you've got to hit it in the middle, or they won't break. Because each subsequent board is reinforcing the board in front of it. So if you hit high or low or to the side, it's not going to break.
Yeah.
But if you
plywood,
if you hit right in the middle, you will go through 3 boards. It's pretty cool.
All right. Well, good luck on your run tomorrow.
I don't have to run tomorrow.
Oh, you don't have to? Oh, okay.
I do the last mile just to keep the other black belts motivated.
Oh, last mile breeze.
Last mile breeze. No, I don't run the full 2.
Okay.
I just do the last one to help motivate them, which just, it's kind of a camaraderie thing. Like everyone kind of runs together, keep the pace because everyone's tired. None of us are really active runners. There's a couple marathon runners that take with me, but very few.
Yeah. Well, I would not look forward to that. I'll say that.
No.
But yeah, so what else do we have for the show, man?
Lots of stuff.
We
have
do have
lots
a
of
few
sports. Well, Taekwondo is a sport, and so sporting is pretty much, I think, the theme of today's episode. We've got
a little bit, yeah. I mean, it's definitely going to take up some time.
Yeah.
So
talk some less interesting sport, or maybe actually they're still interesting. They're just odd.
They are odd. Yeah. So what we found, with, baseball started up, and are you a baseball fan? No, you don't like sports much at all, do you?
I kind of just call it sports ball.
Yeah.
It's a bit Big Bang Theory. They're early on, he's like, just because go sports, he's got it painted on his belly or something like that. That's kind of how I feel.
Yeah.
I do enjoy it. I enjoy watching baseball. It's a bit slow for me, but I enjoy it.
I don't even enjoy that.
I just don't. Yeah. I don't pursue it. Like, I don't go out of my way to buy tickets and everything else. But I love it. I like watching hockey and basketball best.
Yeah, I can't watch basketball because of the squeaks.
Interesting.
Next time you watch it,
you do have some misophoниas, don't you? There's things there's sounds that you just do not like.
Man, fun. If you kind of get tuned in and you start listening to the squeaks of a basketball game from the shoes,
you better watch out. I'm going to isolate a montage of basketball shoe squeaks for you, and we're going to play it on the podcast.
Oh, God.
How long it takes you to go nuts.
It doesn't even need to be a montage, man. Just play 10, 15 seconds of any basketball game.
Oh, now I can't unhear it. I'm sure listeners are like, oh, no, you've ruined basketball.
I might have. I'm sorry if I did. But no, obviously, Joe and I are huge hockey fans. So, right now it's hockey playoff time.
Yeah.
Actually, the Stanley Cup finals are starting, I think, tomorrow. The last series.
It's weird to me. It seems like those used to be in like May, and now we're in June. Maybe I'm wrong, but I thought they were a bit earlier in the year.
Well, they start in May.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it usually takes about a month to get through them, if not like a little bit more.
I really enjoy watching hockey. It's amazingly fun to watch. Cleveland has a minor league team called the Monsters.
Oh, okay.
Being non-NHL, reasonable to go there and watch them play. It's a lot of fun, ton of fun.
Oh yeah, yeah. They're all fun. I love watching hockey no matter what. But no, some of the best hockey is playoff hockey, and I think the Edmonton Oilers and the Florida Panthers are in the finals. So I will be watching some of that when I have the chance. But yeah, so like I said, with all the sports stuff happening right now, the popular sports, I thought about, what about the unpopular sports, the weird ones? And the reason this actually even came onto my radar was because I came across this video on YouTube, and it was called the Cooper Hill Cheese Roll and Wake.
And Wake.
And Wake.
I love that.
I don't apparently they're mourning during this event as well. But so I looked it up, and it says, I'll read you the article here I found on Wikipedia. Not the whole thing, but just give you the idea. It says the Cooper Hill Cheese Rolling and Wake is an annual event held on the Spring Bank holiday at Cooper Hill. And participants race down the 200-yard long hill chasing a wheel of cheese. I don't know, kind of double Gloucester. I don't know how to pronounce it.
Gloucester.
Okay, thank you. A wheel of cheese.
It's like the comic style weird, like you picture a wheel of cheese. That's kind of what you're envisioning.
Yeah, it says the event, or it is uncertain when the event or the tradition of the event began, but it is possibly much older than its earliest known written. Oh, I lost my space here. Oh, sorry. In 1826. 1826, they've been running after cheese wheels down hills. So anyway,
there wasn't much to do 200 years ago. So
apparently not. Yeah. So I mean,
they're coming up on the 200th anniversary.
Not even apparently not. There just wasn't.
No, but I mean, it's going to be 200 years ago, and they're going to have their 200th anniversary soon. So that's going to be pretty cool.
Yeah. So I found a video and I watched it. I found the video by accident. This is how I even stumbled across it. And I'm just going to describe a little bit, and maybe we'll share this on the Facebook page. But yeah, they are at the top of a very steep hill. It's probably, it looks like it's like 45 degrees. Like it's really steep. They drop this cheese wheel that's about the size of, it's probably like a foot like in diameter.
Maybe even bigger.
It
looks a bit larger than that. Looks like a small bike tire.
And this hill is not just a smooth hill. It is full of ruts and bumps and rocks and whatnot. And dude, these pile of people, they take turns, looks like about maybe like 20 at a time. And not a single one of them stays on their feet. They bounce and roll and crash. And dude, it looks so painful. But the first person that lands at the bottom wins. It just looks so. Did you find a video?
It does. I know. I'm looking at some photos of it, and I will say that they really there's some costume attire here. There are some interesting outfits. There's one dude who's got like a Napoleonic hat on with like a French military coat or a British military coat on. Like, there's people doing this like in costumes. So not only are you like throwing yourself down a hill and probably breaking or twisting a lot of ankles on this picture. These pictures do not look.
Oh no, people at bus ankles for sure.
Oh, I mean, I'm seeing people and it's hilarious. Even the stills. I'm not even looking at videos. The stills are hilarious. People are going every which way. Bodies are twisted ways they shouldn't be. It's nuts.
Yeah,
it's nuts.
If I remember, I'll share that on our Facebook page or just Google it. You guys can just look it up. Look it up.
Yeah, Google cheese rolling.
Yeah,
and yeah, the pictures are amazing.
Yeah, so on this list of, it's like the top 25. I'm gonna kind of skim through and find the interesting ones.
There's a few that I wanted to talk about specifically. Let's go get started. Let's talk through these. We had already talked about cheese rolling.
Yeah, cheese rolling is actually number 23. It's not the weirdest one. The next one, number 22, is chess boxing.
I'm still not sure I understand this. And there's not much of a description on there. A combination of chess and boxing, but like. Yeah, I don't know. The guys are.
Yeah, it doesn't get into the rules. It says a crazy hybrid of two completely different sports. Chess boxing is exactly what it sounds like, a combination of chess and boxing. The unusual sport was brought to life in 2003 by Dutch artist, some dude, and okay. Anyway, it doesn't get under the rules. Like, so I don't know if it's like that slap your opponent game, where you slap each other in the face, take turns. Like, I don't know if you are actively boxing or if you like make a chess move and then punch, make a chess move and punch. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't get it.
I mean, that'd be cool.
It would be, but not really. I don't think I would do it.
Not helpful. And I love how it says, "Oh, it's exactly what it sounds like." And what does it sound like? Because that's not a good example. It's like, "Oh, it's exactly what it sounds like." Elaborate. Thank you.
Yes, more details, please.
More details.
Go ahead and pick one out here.
Well, I was going to go with number 21, which is shin kicking. And I latched onto this mainly because this is pretty much how I got in like two different fights in middle school. It turned into shin kicking. I didn't realize it was a sport, but apparently, because we were just, you're in middle school. I didn't know how to fight. And we just grappled. And because our hands were grappled up, we started throwing kicks at each other's shins. And now you're just like kicking and dodging with your feet. Because your hands are grappled up. It's ridiculous.
It's gotta hurt. I mean, I think shin kicking is like a big part of like kickboxing.
Oh, I bet.
Do you remember the movie Kickboxer with Jean-Claude Van Damme? And there was part of that movie where he was like, I think part of his training, he had to kick like a big bamboo plant that was like as big around as like a coffee can, and he had to kick it till it broke. Mind you, bamboo has like similar tensile strength to steel, so I don't believe that. Anyway, you ever see the videos where like a kickboxing match where someone throws a wild shin kick at somebody and they bust their shin in half?
No, and I don't want to. That horrible. Kind of stuff grosses me out.
Oh god, dude, I can't look at it. Number 20 on the list is car curling.
No, this I could get behind. Yeah. I think this is amazing.
I don't understand how the car curling works, because like with regular curling, did you ever regular curl?
I have regular curled. Absolutely. Yeah. So
dude, I love curling. I've never done it. I really want to. Is it fun?
I would recommend it to anybody. It's not the cheapest of things, like any ice-based sport, because there's a lot of overhead, right? Like ice time, and hockey is an expensive sport to pursue on the regular because you've got to get the ice time. Curling is a bit like that. There's a lot of overhead. So it's not the cheapest of things to try, but we did a weekend where we just did like crazy stuff. And one of them was on Saturday, we went curling, and it's phenomenally fun. It's amazing. It's strenuous. Like you got to work hard at it.
Yeah, it seems like it would be. Did you have to buy your own stones, or do they supply all that stuff?
No, it was a curling club we went to, and they had the stones, and they had the little, like, they had like slip-ons for your shoes so that you'd be a little bit more practical on the ice. It was phenomenally fun. Sweeping even is really, really fun. I actually had my favorite, because they rotated you in positions, right? There's the thrower, the sweeper, and then there's somebody called the skip, and that's the person who basically barking out the commands and telling people.
Yeah, when they're yelling, they're like, oh, they're yelling. Like, what are they yelling? What are they yelling?
I don't know. Every skip has got their own thing.
They make noises. I don't think it's standardized.
No, they make noise, and then they just, it basically sweep and stop. Like, that's really the only commands you can give. So I think whatever makes that very, very clear in a loud arena is what you need to do. I loved that part when I had my turn in there. I'm like, sweep it like you mean it. And I was just shouting. It was so funny.
So when you're sweeping the rock, when you're sweeping in front of it, are you roughing up the ice? Or
you are roughing up the ice
to kind of slow it down and manipulate its trajectory.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. You want to slow it down. You sweep really hard because you really want to rough up that ice. You want to slow it, or you can spin it. I mean, it's possible to sweep more on one side than the other, and then you can start to kind of guide the course of it. Most of it is obviously in the momentum of the throw from the launching point.
Right.
It's all fun. Every part of curling is outstandingly fun. I would recommend it to anyone who has an opportunity to try it.
Yeah,
unquestioned.
It's almost like shuffleboard, sort of, on ice, sort of.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I do wonder whether the bar tabletop shuffleboard came long after curling. I suspect, but
sure, yeah.
But car curling.
Yeah, I don't get that.
It reminds me a bit of some of the mini games they used to have in the Grand Theft Auto series, where you would drive your car onto a target. That's what this looks like.
Okay. All right.
It looks like you're trying to skid something out of control onto a target.
Okay, so you're not really. Okay, wait. There's got to be something that happens to where you can't just obviously drive it and park it. So I wonder if they're doing it on a slippery surface. I don't know.
Maybe. It looks like there might be some specialty vehicles doing it, so maybe they're modified in the way where it kind of makes it harder.
Maybe they just have solid steel wheels, so they slide around.
That would be crazy, crazy.
All right. What's another one on this list that you saw that you want to talk about?
Wife carrying.
Oh, yeah, I did see that one. Yeah.
I think I'd like to see the reverse.
The husband haul.
The husband haul. Exactly. This should be a thing.
There's no way on earth my wife's going to pick me up. Yeah. No, that would not work.
A North American championship was started in 1999. Okay.
Yeah. I think it's like any race. You get from point A to point B, but the first one to do so with your wife on your back, you win. I think I've seen this on YouTube or TV or something before. Like, it looks kind of looks fun until you fall, because I've seen people where they're either on their shoulders or they're just kind of like backpacking it.
Yeah.
And when you fall down and your wife crashes like on your back, and then maybe she hits her face off the back of your head, like, it's just going to hurt all around.
No, we could hybridize these. We could do the wife carry cheese wheel throw.
Oh my God. You imagine how hard she would hit?
Maybe that's why it's and wake. Maybe they're actually mourning the people that died last year doing the cheese wheel thing.
That's actually not a bad. Yeah, that's very possible, dude.
I don't know. I mean, this does not look safe. Like, no. I keep coming back to these pictures of that cheese wheel. Anyway, sorry, I got to move on.
There, I found one here. It's number 18 on the list. It's mountain unicycling. Yeah, like mountain biking isn't dangerous enough. Do it on a unicycle, dude.
Have you ever used a unicycle?
No, no, dude. I could not be able to do it on a perfectly flat surface, let alone on a mountain. Yeah, no way. Oh, what's this one? Extreme ironing. Okay. Yeah. This sounds like something that was birthed from like Instagram.
Yeah. This one, I don't know if this is, I don't count this as a sport.
No, this is a ridiculous photo op for the lulz. Yeah, it says, the sport has taken place in many bizarre places. Mountainsides, in a canoe, at the sea bottom, and while parachuting. Okay, so it's just a fun game, but you're not really competing with anybody. You're just You're just trying to find the most ridiculous place to do this thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna disqualify that as a sport.
Yeah.
I think that's more an activity, an odd hobby, if you will.
What's ferret legging? What is that?
That sounds really inappropriate. Wait, where is this on the list? I'm not seeing this. Ferret legging.
Oh, wait. Okay. So ferret legging.
Oh, I have heard about this.
Competitors tie the bottoms of their pants closed. Oh, okay. Here we go.
Yeah. And they
drop a ferret down their pants. Oh my God. Okay. All right.
You noticed, as we're scrolling, have you noticed how many of these originated in parts of rural England?
They're bored, man. They're bored.
Apparently. It's a bit disproportionate.
Yeah. I don't know the sporting aspect of ferret legging, but it sounds funny. Underwater hockey. Get out of here.
Yeah.
Oh, belly flopping. I've seen this too, where people just do these huge belly flops on purpose into the water. And then they get judged. I'll bet you if you hold form and you don't begin to curl up at all, you get a better score.
Probably.
Yeah.
That's wow.
What else?
You got to go for number one though.
Yeah, I'm still pea shooting.
Yeah.
Worm charming.
Nope.
Limbo skating. I didn't know this was a sport, but I remember this being done at skating rinks when we were kids. Did you ever see people do this?
Oh yeah, they bring the limbo bar out. Oh my goodness, I forgot about that.
I remember too when I was younger, there was always a couple people who were pretty good at it. They could get pretty low, but they weren't squatting. They were doing like a split or a straddle, whichever one where your feet are like side to side.
Yeah,
and yeah, they would get down really low, but there's. Yeah, the picture on this website, it looks like the bar is maybe like a foot off the ground, and they're getting the whole way down. That's crazy, dude. Yeah, did you ever go to skating rinks when you were a kid?
We did. Yeah. In Northwest PA, yeah, there's so many birthday parties were skating parties, and then you'd have like the school skating party every year or so. And would definitely go to the skating rink for a lot of parties and stuff like that. A lot of fun.
Were you a good skater?
No. Wasn't then. Am still not now.
No, I can do rollerblades obviously much easier than like quad skates.
Than the 4-wheel, yeah.
Yeah, it's I think it's the base, like the wheel base is on quad skates they're under like the ball of your foot and then by like into the heel. So it's smaller than a rollerblade. And so anytime I put quads on, which I don't even bother anymore, I'll fall over. Like I just can't do it.
Oh, because of where your center of gravity is, where the weight is, it's too easy to roll back.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because you're right, the inlines do go more like ice skates where they go
like out,
almost
past
your feet. Yeah. It does make a lot of sense in that. And I never really thought about how impractical quad wheeled skates are.
Oh, I mean, anybody that can do it and do it well, like I'm envious because I can't. See, but it's funny too because people that can do quads really good can't really rollerblade very well because
I can only imagine the foot movement is so incredibly different if you're
because
really good at one or the other.
On quads, like if you're trying to make turns on a quad, your foot, the bottom of your foot is still parallel with the ground, but your ankle is bending.
Mm-hmm.
To where when you're on rollerblades, your bottom of your foot is not parallel with the ground; it is parallel with the wheelbase of the rollerblade, and you are on edge more at like a 30 or 40 degree angle. So yeah, that turning is really weird going back and forth, I would assume.
Yeah, see, I'm not a skater. These are things I don't think about. But yeah, you're absolutely right. Fascinating.
Oh, dude, you see number 3 on here? They have Quidditch from Harry Potter.
Yeah, I don't know if that's in the list of dumbest sports ever created. I can totally understand why
play that.
Yeah,
like that sounds like fun, minus the flying brooms and stuff. But I think it'll still be fun.
Give it time. Give Elon Musk some time. We'll have some flying brooms here.
That's true. Like space.
Once he's done trying
Quidditch.
Once he's done trying to convince us that the Cybertruck does not look absolutely ridiculous.
It does.
Have you seen one?
I've seen a picture of one online.
I saw one in person.
You saw one Oh, wow.
There was one driving in a very nice part of town, and I was floored. I'm like, wow, that actually looks dumber in person. It's just a bizarre aesthetic. Sorry, I'm sidetracking here, but I'm just like, when I got a thought of Elon Musk, I thought about the Cybertruck and how it looks like a dumpster on wheels.
It does. I think even the Teslas, like, they're nice, but they still look a little bit odd to me. They're okay.
Some of the newer models have carified themselves a bit more. They look more like conventional vehicles.
See that? Yeah, that's what I'd rather have instead of like some weird morph of like a DeLorean. Like, it looks weird. Let's see, here we go. Number 2. Dude, this is like the oldest game. Rock, paper, scissors. Why is this number 2?
I don't think it's dumb. That's classic. Like, I don't know if it's a sport. I think it's a good way to settle like a coin toss, right? Like,
yeah.
There's some
a sport. So I'm gonna let you take the first one here. Hey, this is a drum roll. I don't know if I have a drum roll.
Yeah. I don't know, but this is really odd. Dwarf tossing.
Yes, dude, dwarf tossing. What is okay, fine. Read the description.
Okay, dwarf tossing is a controversial sport, no kidding, in which dwarfism affected people, wearing special padded clothing or Velcro costumes are thrown onto mattresses or at Velcro coated walls. Participants compete to throw the dwarf the furthest.
All right. That's just
this was in a movie. Was Wolf of Wall Street? Was it in Wolf of Wall Street?
Oh, I saw it once. I don't remember.
I really think
we can dwarf tossed.
They did. It was done to further exemplify the insanity and the inappropriate
of the rich
character. Yes, exactly. But
where they feel like they can just do anything. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I would participate in that one. that's just too mean.
It sounds terrible. And yes, it is Wolf of Wall Street.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's not, it's incredibly, it is really offensive, actually. It's really like, I don't know.
Yeah, well.
So this one actually does, I think, have a good place at number 1 in the dumbest sports created, because this is like, that's a terrible idea.
Oh, they take the crown. Yeah, that's terrible.
But Quidditch being number 3, I don't think so.
I don't think so
even
either.
rock, paper, scissors. Yeah, that's no.
Yeah,
that's.
I think the cheese wheel should have been like number 2.
I think so too, because I think that's absurd. Well, that and maybe they're in reverse order, because I think bog snorkeling is pretty dumb.
Oh, did we even touch on that one?
No, because we glossed right over. We went right to the cheese wheel thing. But number 25, which is in theory, I think maybe somebody who made this list doesn't know how lists work.
Maybe not, because the first and last one are probably definitely the weirdest.
Yeah, maybe they think it's like, some weird kind of Pareto where you count from the outside. I don't know. It's odd.
Yeah, bogs are not known to be the most sanitary.
Sanitary? That's exactly.
Yeah, they stink. And to jump in with some snorkel equipment on, dude, no way, man. Because just being there, like, you're underwater and it just sounds stupid, because you have to breathe in the air regardless. So you're just sucking in bog stink through your snorkel thing. Like, no.
Yeah.
No.
And the skin exposure, I go in there maybe with like a hermetic hazmat suit.
Yeah, man.
And even then you'd have to pay me.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I would not do that.
No.
All right, so what else we got here? I see you have a note here. It says,
I do.
Thibaut guesses a French menu? What is this?
So, if you remember last week we talked about how you are really, you talked about brulee.
Mm-hmm.
You talked about brulee meaning burnt.
Yeah.
And so I thought, and you were, was it the key lime pie?
Oh, the kila masu.
Yeah, the kila masu.
Yeah. So
I figured I think I wanted to quiz you, if you're okay with it. I want to quiz you on some French items and see if you can guess.
Oh God, here we go.
See if you can guess what they are.
All right.
Because there's always fancy names for it, right?
Can you at least put it into a context of the restaurant I might be at?
Oh, so it's a French restaurant, so obviously it's going to be fancy.
Okay, I guess it doesn't even matter. Yeah, okay, all right.
And most of these are meat based.
Oh, okay.
So just going to do a few of these just to see where you are. Okay, so this one's kind of a common one, and you might see it a lot of places here. It's foie gras.
I think I've heard of foie gras. I'm going to say it is. Oh my God, a salad. No, you said it's meat. They're all meat related. Okay, I'm gonna say
yes. It
is a filet mignon.
Okay, you're going for the F sound, maybe.
Yeah.
The foie gras there. No, so foie gras is actually duck or goose liver.
Ew. Okay, I was way off.
Yeah, and the goose or the bird is specifically fattened to achieve a specific consistency. So it's
that's why I've heard of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, my wife was telling me about this, how they just like pump the poor little bird full of like food like, through a tube. It's horrible.
But it is somewhat, yeah, exactly.
It's
well, like
somewhat.
anything.
It's horrible. It's horrible. Don't eat foie gras. Poor little birds.
Right?
Getting a feeding tube shoved down their throats so they can fatten up. They didn't have a choice to eat. They just feed them constantly. That stuff is horrible. Damn you French people. All right, continue.
All right.
No offense, French people. Just saying.
If I were to offer you, Monsieur Dave, the confit de canard, what would you think that would be?
I'm going to say something with a bird. It is a slice of condor. I have no idea.
You're really going for the alliterative.
I am too. I have nothing to go off of.
It must be filet mignon. No, so canard is duck in French. So It is a nice cut of duck meat.
Okay. All right. So it's something that flew, but I was not even close. Oh, man. Okay.
What about that? Here's a term you might know. Oh, there is a salad in this list, but yeah. So how about the last one I'm going to give you here? Coquille Saint-Jacques.
Come on, man.
Let's keep it clean. No, these are scallops, mushrooms, and wine combined together.
Okay. I'd never guess that. Never.
No.
God, don't ever take me to a French restaurant.
I'm gonna now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have. It's gonna be like that Key and Peele sketch all over again.
Yes, exactly.
Dave's gonna get up. Check, please.
All right. Well, thank you for that.
Sure. I just wanted to see,
Oh, you knew the result. You knew it was going to be.
I did. But it was fun for me. Hopefully fun for our listeners.
Yeah. All right. So actually one of the bits that we do on this show every so often is we find some Gen Z words that kind of come up, and, we like to discuss them with people, Gen Z words, Gen Z things. I found one and you also found one. I would like you to one. Yeah, you heard one.
I heard one, and I've been looking forward to this. When you invited me onto the podcast, this is what I've been looking forward to. Is I want a chance to talk about some of the Gen Z words that I hear, because I'm notably terrible with words. I now intentionally use dated slang basically just to aggravate my family.
Yeah,
they just groan an eye roll, and even my wife, who is in education at the high school level, because she's familiar and conversant with a lot of the current Gen Z, and now
she probably knows a lot of the words.
She does, and so she schools me on a few of them. And this was actually,
she probably doesn't use them; she just understands them, right?
Correct.
Like she's not gonna be like, "Dang, Joe, this pizza's bussin'." Like she's not gonna say that.
Not unironically. Yeah. She'll say it ironically, right? Again, to aggravate our teenager, we'll say that. But the one I heard was drippy.
Okay, see, we've done drip before.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know if it's got to be similar, right? I think drip was.
If you've already done drip, then so what was drip? Or do you want me to just get into drippy?
Get into drippy, because I can't remember it. Like
I'll frame the context here. So I came home and my teenage kid has 3 Band-Aids parallel on the back of his arm.
Okay,
and I'm like normal Band-Aid. Actually, they were like Disney Band-Aids too. It was really amusing to me. I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, oh, don't you like them? They're drippy. And I'm thinking, you're bleeding? Like, that was my, like, are you dripping blood in the house? I was genuinely taking it literally. It wasn't processing that drippy was a slang word.
What was he saying?
Stylish.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I think it's on the same line as drip.
I think it's like the adjective form of, or adverbial form of drip.
Yeah, because I've heard like her outfit's dripping. Like I've heard that.
Okay, so there's derivatives there. So yeah, he was just, oh yeah, it's drippy. Like, okay,
yeah,
that's
I can't
get
behind it. Like, I don't know. Like I'm trying to think if there's any. I don't think there's any Gen Z words that I use on a regular basis. At least not ironically.
Right. Ironically, I use many.
Yeah.
There's some slang that I like to use. It took me forever to figure out Loki. to like low-key do something.
Yeah, low key. Not
Not the character from Marvel.
Yeah.
But now it's so passé. Like now it's gone and moved on by years, but I still use it because I'm just going to piss people off by using old slang.
Using low key. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I low key use Gen Z slang.
See, I can't even use that. I can't say it. You've heard of like cap and no cap?
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand that one?
Cap. Yeah, I do. No cap comes up actually a little bit more often, and that one I'm getting.
Do you know the origin?
No, you covered it though, and I just don't remember the episode.
Yeah, so just a refresher if anybody forgot what that one meant. Capping and no capping came from like caps for your teeth. And if you have permanence, aka no caps, it's legit, it's real, it's true, it's real. Capping would be fake, you're faking it. That's where it came from what we saw on like, Urban Dictionary.
Yeah.
The other one I thought was actually brilliant, and I made fun of it at first, was Riz.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm like, what does that even mean? Like, how'd that even come to be? And, when someone's got some mad Riz, do you remember where this one came from?
I don't remember the origins, though.
Charisma. Yeah.
That's right. It's the obvious one.
It's the obvious one. It was so obvious, I missed it. Yeah.
I really do get the words that are more efficient.
Yes.
Right. Even like no cap, it conveys a concise meaning with 2 syllables.
Yeah.
And so I think there's efficacy, there's efficiency in that, where I get it, right? That's what everything moves towards, a sense of efficiency over time.
It does. Yeah. Do you remember when we talked about the Borg, the BORG, the blackout rage gallon? That was it's like a thing that they were doing for a while.
No, I missed that one.
Yeah, so they make this concoction of like vodka and like Crystal Light and anything else they feel like throwing in this gallon.
That's a terrible idea.
It is terrible. And that was like a big thing. But the one that I found, and I'm not even 100% sure that this is like legit, but I believe that they are doing something called a shoey. Have you heard of this? It actually derived from like Germany or something like that.
A shoey.
A shoey.
Like as in like a shoe?
No. No. It is a term used for an action. So like, hey, let's do a shoey, meaning let's pour this beer inside this shoe and then drink it.
I think I might rather go bog diving.
I think I would too. That would be the last thing I would ever want to drink out of someone's freaking shoe. What do you put it back on when you're done? Like,
that is vile.
That's disgusting. I hope that is not happening in the Gen Z culture.
I really hope not. I think there's a lot of things that do come up that people are like, oh, those crazy Gen Zers. And when like one person did it on TikTok, I hope this is limited to 1 or 2 idiots on social media and not a pervasive thing among our youth. That's because I really can't afford to lose any more hope for the future of our culture, and people are voluntarily drinking from other people's footwear.
No
way. I know inflation has gotten steep, but those solo cups are still available at Walgreens, right?
You can still buy a 100-pack for maybe $10 or something like
that. Oh my gosh, disgusting.
Yeah, no thanks.
No, I'll definitely pass on that.
Did you happen to pull up what's coming up this week for National Days?
I did, actually. And so there's some good themes this week, and I'm just going to burn through them kind of quickly just so that our listeners can...
I mean, you don't have to burn through all of them. Just pluck out in case I want to talk about
I'm going to pluck out some good ones here. Right. But I did say we did enjoy National Donut Day, which was last Friday. So that was a lot of fun. There were places that did have donut specials. Even like Giant Eagle Grocery Store had donuts on sale for National Donut Day.
Nice.
So that is, that's a thing. And that's actually kind of a commercially recognized one from our last episode. We've got, June 10th, Monday, we've got Iced Tea Day today. So we got Iced Tea Day, pretty standard, followed by Corn on the Cob Day.
Ooh, I do love a good corn on the cob.
Combine those two. You can add on another one, which is the day after, for jerky.
Oh, like beef jerky day?
Like jerky. Yeah, just jerky day.
Nice.
Doesn't beef, just jerky.
That sounds great. I love beef jerky.
I know you do.
Yeah.
I know. So I see corn on the cob, jerky. And here's what's up next. It's perfect bourbon.
Oh, dude, jerky and bourbon day? What day is that?
Well, June 12th is Jerky Day. June 14th is Bourbon Day.
I'll just combine those.
So combine them and make Bourbon and Jerky Day on June 13th, in the middle, and then you'll be fine.
That sounds great.
I know. I see. You and I have talked about bourbon before because I'm trying to.
I was gonna say, have you? Do you have a bourbon? I know you like wine more than anything. Do you have a bourbon that you like to try once in a while? I know there's one that you are turned off of temporarily.
Well, yeah, I'm trying to work my way back into it. So the easiest one for me to drink is, and probably going to get me some scorn from listeners who actually enjoy true bourbon whiskey, is American Honey.
Oh, okay. I mean, like I do enjoy a regular whiskey, like on the rocks. I don't drink it like that too often, but when you're maybe in certain company and it kind of calls for it, like when we were in Cleveland and we were at the Vault.
Yes.
They generally won't give you soda to put in your whiskey there. So
correct.
Yeah, I had to order a separate soda. And then when the bartender wasn't looking, I mix them together.
Just so that it's not like he's going to judge you, Debo.
No, they were judging me. Yeah. Because everyone like, what, like, are you planning on pouring these together? And I'm like, yes, I am. He's like, I just don't want to see it. I'm like, okay, it's fine.
Oh, did he say that to you?
Yeah.
That's great. That place is really,
it's bougie. Yeah.
It is bougie. It is a bougie place. It's such a cool atmosphere.
It is. Yeah. I mean, every time we talk to somebody that's been there, either we went there with, or they, we know someone that went there. They're always described as like a speakeasy from like the 30s or whatever.
Yeah, it definitely has that vibe. If you showed up in a 20s era flapper dress or a 30s era zoot suit, you'd be in good company there.
Yeah, you would be. Yeah, we went there did we meet there twice?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Once you and Carrie were there,
and then we were there with like a bunch of people,
and then there was their schedule. Once it was just a spontaneous day. You're like, hey, we're downtown. I'm like, hey, so am I.
Yeah, the second time, remember there was like a bunch of people dressed up.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was 20 style, 20s and 30s style.
Yeah, they must have like theme nights or something, or they organized it themselves. I don't know, but it was cool though. Like they looked awesome. I was complimenting everybody that was all dressed up.
I think we need to have a get together.
We should
maybe get the group.
Just go full 20s era. Oh, that'd be fun, dude.
There we go.
I need to learn some 20s like cadence, the way they talk back then, some of the words they would use.
There we go. See, we're doing the Gen Z slang.
Yeah, I want to get like in full character.
We need to go full character 20s era stuff.
Yeah. So what were we talking about there?
We were talking about days of the week.
Oh yeah, sorry, I got totally sidetracked.
It's National Bourbon Day, but I think my favorite coming up is kind of hard to celebrate and off the theme of what we previously talked about. But the June 15th is National Megalodon Day.
Okay, all right. What are they going to do with that? What are they going to do with that?
No, it's sponsored by a natural history museum somewhere that has like a Meg skeleton.
Yeah. Did you ever see the movie, The Meg?
The movie. Is it Jason Statham?
Yeah.
In that? No, I haven't. I've seen the promo.
Okay. The first one was worth the watch. The second one was a total bust. It was terrible.
Oh, like most sequels.
I would say this sequel was exceptionally terrible. It was bad, dude. They most certainly had a different director because it was totally different than the first one. It was not good.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, so Breeze, we have a few minutes left. Are we done with the days?
Oh yeah, that's the week. That's the week in summary. So come back next week for more education on days of the week.
Yes. So last thing I want to talk about. We have a few minutes left here. Have you seen the Apple Vision Pro?
In reality, no. I've seen the promo for it, and actually, one of my in-laws actually tried one on at the Apple Store.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was interesting because she's not the most tech conversant, but definitely was trying the Apple Vision Pro.
Did she have anything to say about
it? She didn't find it very comfortable.
Okay,
which I don't think that's a popular opinion. I think that most people, comfort is probably a big piece of what Apple designed it. So candidly, I'm kind of expecting maybe she was wearing it incorrectly. Like, because I have a VR headset, so I have a Meta Quest, and it's feasible. Like, you have to know how to adjust it to fit on your head.
I think a VR headset is fine for, playing video games, whatever else you want to do it like that.
Correct. And it's video games. Yeah, that's what it's for. It's for playing beats.
Yeah, but yeah, exactly. But the Apple Vision Pro, sort of its goal, its purpose is to become like a everyday wear goggles. That's like we call it like an augmented reality.
Yeah, AR.
Where you just, and what gets me to it's the promo, like I get what Apple is doing. They wanted to show you what your life could be like if you wore these goggles. And one of the funny parts is, like, I'm not totally against the idea, because I think it's kind of cool. Maybe in a solo setting where maybe you're at your desk and you can have, like, other visuals around you, like an email board, another monitor watching, the hockey game in your whatever it may be. But to wear them like in an interaction in a social setting is so weird to me that it doesn't even make any sense, honestly. Like, because it looks so stupid. They showed
it's super dystopian in my opinion. Like, you see even the promo pictures, even the pictures where they're doing their level best and people are making a lot of money to make these things look like they are hip and cool. It is literally the best foot forward, and it still looks dystopian and weird.
Yeah, it reminds me of WALL-E.
Oh, incredibly. Oh,
yeah.
where it's just that disjointed.
Exactly. Yeah. Like you think it's bad now. Like, you think it's bad now with phones.
Yeah, right. No, but that visual pass through of the eyes on the front, like that's got an uncanny valley touch to it. And I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I keep seeing things or reading things. I have not done official research, but it seems like they're not taking off very well.
No, they are not catching fire in the industry, in the marketplace.
No,
I think people there's like a disconnect. They just don't like the idea, and maybe it's just gonna be a total bust, and people just don't want anything to do with them in that regard. But one thing that got me was like the front of them, like in the promo videos, they would show that it looked like you were looking through the glasses because you could see your eyeballs on the outside.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the catch. Here's the catch. Yeah.
Go ahead.
So you are like inside the goggles, you are looking at a like a VR world of what you're standing in front of. So it looks like you're looking through them.
It's a pass through. Yes.
Yes. But on the outside, it is not clear goggles. On the outside is another monitor that
of your face.
Of your face. Yeah. So
of your face.
So inside is like a digital scanner. It scans your eyes, so it puts a picture of your eyes on the outside, and then it has like a retinal recognition or like pupil recognition, so it knows where you're looking, so it moves your eyes around on the outside of the screen. It's got to be haunting looking.
even some of these photos I'm looking at, and when they show you that, it is haunting. It's uncanny valley. It's really bizarre.
Yeah, it looks so creepy.
Yeah, it's
like the one's like the dude's like playing with his kid, and he's got these stupid goggles on his head.
It's insane. It's so insane, and it's like they forgot about what happened with Google Glass. If you remember, Google had the Google Glasses thing.
Those you could look through.
Those were truly just high tech glasses.
Yeah,
but those failed, and it wasn't necessarily like, I'm sure there were technical considerations as well, because where's the battery life, etc. Like this is a full headset.
Yeah, so
it makes sense where the power is coming from.
Oh, on the headset, you have to wear a battery pack on your belt.
Yeah, exactly. But like they didn't. I don't know how they did it with Google Glasses, but even the social backlash, like at the concept of Google Glass, was like, wait, you're gonna do what now? Like, you're going to wear this around, and this is even more absurd, and it looks ridiculous on people.
It does look stupid. Yeah, the Google Glasses had a camera like in the stem of the glasses. You could like just like be recording somebody as you're talking to him. I wouldn't want someone to do that. It's weird.
You say that, but then interestingly, like Ray-Ban and a lot of other high-end glassware manufacturers, because I wear glasses all the time. My eyesight is terrible. So I'm at the glasses store every year, basically, just to get my eyes checked. Well, it's next to, my optometrist is next to an eyeglass store, as they all are, it seems. And they have these ads for these like high-tech glasses. It's basically, they're marketing it as basically like a GoPro experience, right? Where you can basically like record or like buffer parts of your life. And if you see something cool, you can literally like touch the stem of your glasses and record.
It's kind of, there wasn't like a Black Mirror episode like that.
Probably. I mean, it's again very dystopian, but these are like mass marketed, so it's not, and they're subtle, and it's really weird. And I'm like, that's problematic too, right? You've got people with like, I mean, granted, everyone has a phone, right? There, you have no expectation of privacy. If you do something stupid in public, someone's gonna get a recording of it. So I guess there's always that, right? The ubiquity of phones now, you don't really actually have a chance to not be filmed doing something if you make a gaffe or if you fall over or do something crazy stupid.
Yeah, someone's gonna get it.
Yeah. That's so I guess it doesn't matter whether it's a phone or whether it's on your face.
Yeah, that Black Mirror episode, I didn't watch it, but from what I saw from the preview of that episode, it was like a requirement in the future that everybody had these. They were like either like lenses or glass or something they had to wear that it would constantly record everything you did. So when you went to a certain place, if you needed like permission to get in, they could look and see like the past like 2 days or whatever of what you've been up to as like a security measure. Like it was, I kind of want to watch the episode to see what it was all about, but it looked pretty interesting.
That's intriguing.
Yeah. I hope that ever happens.
I hope not too. It'll be interesting. This is the thing though, is like you got major companies spending this much money to make this kind of tech. Eventually it becomes self-fulfilling, right? And I think that's probably the hope. The hope, I think, with some of these tech firms is that they're going to make enough of this stuff that they're eventually going to normalize it. And it will become, I mean, it worked with cell phones. There's 2 to every person in this country or something like that. Like or more. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I mean, because I think there's enough perks in like just a general usefulness of a cell phone that people can put aside the fact that people use them for, like you said, filming you doing something, taking pictures, but I think with the Google glasses, I think it's rather limited, at least for now, that, I don't think people are going to want to be staring at someone having a conversation knowing that they're being filmed from their glasses. Like, that's weird. I would not want that.
That is very odd. I think it's interesting because, there's this move to get things off of your face, right? People get LASIK, people get a lot of things to wear contact lenses to compensate instead of wearing glasses. And now here we are decades later with people being goggles. Like, more stuff on my face. I'm like, no, no.
Yeah, exactly.
And as a glasses wearer, I can only do a headset based experience for so long because it's not terribly comfortable.
Right. No, I bet not.
Our friend Tim actually has prescription lenses in his headset.
Well, oh, really?
So he doesn't have to wear spectacles underneath them. So he's fully kitted out.
I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, I didn't either. Wow. And then you could. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool.
That's like nerd. That's like next level nerd right there.
It is, but if you've got consistent prescription, my eyes just keep getting worse. Yeah. So I couldn't afford to replace them that often. But I'm kind of jealous because honestly, when I put that MetaQuest on, it's like, okay, I can do this for a bit, and then it starts to press against the stem of the glasses, and it's uncomfortable.
Yeah. Do you think that as LASIK becomes more practiced, do you think that eventually, like insurance companies, if your eyes reach a certain level of terribleness,
that's the medical term, terribleness.
Yeah, like I think they should qualify you at some point to get LASIK, because if you have,
it might be cheaper at some point,
maybe, but safer is what I'm thinking. So, like for me, like if I have my contacts in, and let's say I sneeze and I blow both my contacts out or something weird, or your glasses fall off your face when you're driving, how dangerous is it going to be for you?
Fair, but I think even from an insurance perspective, I mean, I think about how much how much coverage like these lenses, and I get this stuff every year.
Yeah, exactly.
And they're covering that. So yeah, I don't know. It's it's going to be a financial equation, but that would be interesting.
Oh, it always comes down to the dollar, but
I still get creeped out by the concept of laser surgery. Like I know many people personally who have done it and
I would
love it.
I would do it.
You know what? I might. My eye doctor keeps telling me I have to wait because my eyes are just progressively getting worse. He's like, your prescription needs to settle down. Your eyesight needs to level out a bit more before he would even recommend it. So
yeah, well,
I'll listen to him because he's the medical professional.
That's true. I guess his opinion does matter.
It does. It does.
Yeah. So, all right, man, you ready to wrap this one up?
I am.
I think we did it. So, all right, guys, thanks for tuning in again, and we'll see you next Monday.
Thank you all.